Yo, you're listening to Everyday Superpower, where we talk body language, attraction, repulsion, making friends, losing friends, interpersonal dynamics, everything in between. Alright, two links in the description of this video. One of them links to my catalogue of body language, which is just quite simply a YouTube playlist, right? It'll just take you from A to B so you can understand the top to the bottom of how to read people, okay? As well as how you put yourself out there in the grand public, okay? Alternatively, there's a link to the Patreon, which you will join me on watching real dates as they happen in real time with real people, and we can have a look at signs of repulsion, signs of attraction, and you'll be able to dial in that information and apply it to your real life, okay? Now, today we're going to have a little talk on what I would call body blading, alright? To put a long story short, essentially all it is the angle of which you are communicating with a person and they are communicating with you. I've got 3 images on the screen here, 3 different examples. We're going to go and talk into that. We're going to apply it to the idea of repulsion and attraction and so forth. First person, we've got a man and a woman talking, smiling, having a laugh. She is inwards towards him a little less so, okay? But it looks like good positive communication, right? Exposure of her wrists and so forth. We're not going to talk about them things, but we see quite a cluster of positive signs in regards to that. I do know that it's more than likely a posed photo, but it looks like quite a genuine communication to me. Pay attention to how people are bladed towards you. Pay attention to how much of their, ventral side you have access to. And when I say ventral side, I quite simply mean their front side. I mean their stomach, their torso. Ensure that there's no blockages, no obstacles, no obstructions. I mean, even when it comes to buttoned up shirts, it's more in your favour if that shirt's a little less buttoned up, It's more in your favour if the zip is done down on a jacket as opposed to pulled up to somebody's neck. Alright, the more of that ventral side that is exposed to you, the more comfortable and the more engaged they are in your presence. I used to do street sales, cold sales, just approaching people on the street, and I used to sell them products. So I can really tell you, by experience, some great information on this nonverbal communication. If you are in a group full of people, so there's a small group at top, there's 3 people, right? We can see who the center of attention is, due to the fact 2 of the parties are facing one individual, okay? Now, when we look at the one individual, the man, you can see where his priorities lie by the fact he is bladed. He is concentrated on the blonde woman before him. He's not giving the best of both worlds by placing his stomach, his chest, his internal organs. He's not facing the middle of them both. He's looking at one in particular, so she must have more importance at that particular moment in time. The attention is to be given to her, and honestly, this is a great way of finding out who's attracted to who. If you are in a big social group and you're having a conversation, you will see people sort of erring towards people they find attractive, so you'll be able to apply this. You think, oh, is my friend attracted to my girlfriend? Well, have a look at how he positions himself. First and foremost, a little bit of feet, right? The feet are the most important, but we're not talking about feet today. And then what will follow on is the chest and the upper body, okay? We've got 2 men on the last photo, the third image. So they're not directly, 100% chest to chest with each other. There is a slight angle there, which is good. Men tend to get a little more funny. You will trigger a man, okay, by being completely frontally direct, unless what you're needing to talk about is so intimate that you have to shut everybody else out. Because what you'll find is when you are direct one-to-one to people, it's going to be very hard for other people to come and join the conversation, alright, purely as you are so engaged and direct. There's no space non-verbally for somebody to comfortably come and enter the conversation. You've not created space for someone to do so. Men get a little triggered if you do this. So if you go on a job interview, right, be very careful on where you position your body. You think, oh, well, if I give the person my full attention, surely that's a good thing. No, because there still are biological processes at play. They will still feel, somewhere their intuition is going to be telling, I feel uncomfortable about this person, okay? Even though you have good things in mind, it's because you're triggering that survival mechanism. Yeah, you're going to make someone feel uncomfortable. So just blade your body a little bit in a different direction, yeah? As for women, women tend to not feel that as much as men. So feel free to do that with women as best as you can do. And if you receive like a mirrored behavior with that woman as to where she blades in towards you and faces you directly, you're definitely onto a winner, because it is symbolic of intimacy, okay? It's very involved, yeah? Angular distance will show how interested or disinterested one person is to the other, okay? In a pickup artist sense, you know, you can feign disinterest by angling the shoulders away and so forth. You know, you can mix it up and cluster it on a conscious basis if that's the way. If you didn't want to give all of yourself to somebody from the get-go, you'd be able to do that. Yeah, this also clearly falls in line with where you sit at a table when you're eating with people and so forth. Be very careful on who you're sitting across from and who you're sitting around, okay? It's very important. It's very important. So that's about it, really. I'll leave it at that one. Body pointing, people may call it. I call it body blading. Quite simply, it's just the orientation of the angle you are, you know, sort of placing yourself in. And this doesn't just fall with actual two people who know each other having a verbal conversation. Like, you could be in public waiting for a train or, you know, something or other, and you might look across from you, and in the street before you, you've got somebody who is facing you directly. It's clear that maybe even on a subconscious basis, they are showing interest in you, and it clearly is, you know, expressed through this behavior. So pay attention. I'm signing out. Peace.